All right. Now let me see. Can I be heard? Already. Let's wait. Switch accounts. Okay. Share the baby Tyra. And laugh. Let's see. Hello. Testing sound. Testing sound. Testing sound. All right, guys. All right, testing sound, and we have got the sound. Hello, and welcome to Shan the Baby. And I'm here with you for another live political update. If you don't catch me live, I do understand. You can rewatch it, and hopefully you can watch it from the beginning to the end. Again, my name is Shanda Baby Terra, and if you've came upon my video, please like, share, and subscribe, and also comment if you need to, if you feel the need to, but keep it nice, okay? That's what we do here. We keep it nice. Welcome here, my spiritual gang. How are you? We are here to do a political read on several figures that I have been seeing flying across my screen. I was about to do a video yesterday of MTG, Marjorie Taylor Green, Brown, whatever that weird ass man calling her. Okay. And I was about to do it, but then something transpired and then I couldn't do it. But I did take down a few notes. I am going to look at it again. You see that pen? No. Oh, I need that pen. I need a pen.
You need a what?
No, never mind. I got one right here. Never mind. A pen. I dropped my pen. So a few notes that I got and a few things that I got about Marjorie Taylor Greene is that she is about to release something. That was last night. I was getting it. I know she was on 60 Minutes, but that's not it. This seems like something that is further down the line. I'm not sure. But what it feels like to me is like she is, what I envision, she is having a press conference, okay? And she is waiting on two people. I'm not sure if they are in the House or the Senate, but I feel like there could be two people that we will be with her and behind her, somebody in the House and somebody in the Senate. Okay, that's just what I get here, and that she will be making some type of announcement. Okay, and this announcement will entail, it's to me it feels like what is that paper that everybody used to like, the Inquirer, something salacious she is talking about, and she is letting everybody know about a few hits that I got, that she would be saying something about somebody's illness and somebody being dishonest about somebody's illness, and it is two people with her and behind her and standing with her for support, and they have been with her before. Even though this lady is about to leave and it seems like she has abandoned MAGA, um, there are people within both bodies that are too afraid, and I don't have the word to say without being banned what I feel about them, but they are people who are not going to speak up, and they don't have the appropriate male apparatuses that they were born with, or at least they don't act like they do. All right. And what I got was selling access. Okay. She is selling access, or they are selling access. Someone is. She is going back and forth like a little butterfly bee. Okay. Back and forth. She back and forth. And she is talking to different people inside these two bodies that are too afraid and they lost their male apparatus. She will be their mouthpiece and their speaking piece. What are you doing? Oh, so she will be going towards them and they're too afraid to say it, but then she'll be saying it. But at a later date, there will be two behind her that will be out. Okay. I don't know what that means, but they will be behind her and they will be free. Maybe somebody has released their male apparatus that they lost to Trump. All right. Let's see. She's holding on to money, or there is she's trying to do something with her money and with her savings. Okay. With her, she's a little strange. Like, I always felt like she was completely honest when she was speaking about the Epstein files, the Epstein files, the Steen files, nasty Steen files. I don't want to be banned, so I gotta say what I need to say. So the nasty Steen files, okay, and that is something that is genuine. But then she has a lot of other things where she wants to make money, but she doesn't want to make money off of the Epstein, this nasty Steen files and talking about them. No, but other things she is quite capable of. Like she did go on 60 Minutes. Partially she wants to get some stuff out a little bit at a time. This is like some drip drip drip, but this event that I'm seeing is a major event where she will be on TV and she will be speaking. Now they will be speaking this a lot of subjects. I'll try to get to it because this is just the reading I did earlier yesterday that I couldn't get on camera. But she will be speaking of somebody's dishonesty and illnesses together. All right. And she will be revealing to people. She will slowly come out and say the things that they can't say just yet. It's timing with them. She is definitely on a revenge tour, but she's also on to get in the files. Like I tell you, she's a little bit strange. She's got opposing views and opposing plans and things. She's a Gemini. So, of course, they are two. Okay, you got this one over here, you got that one over there. So I guess that's why she's a little bit more complicated than someone just who is on a revenge tour, want to make money. But like I say, she's very genuine when it comes to the Epstein files. She's having a real bad emotional time with her feelings. And when I did get to reading yesterday, there was some sadness and there was some grief. She felt like very, how can I put her? She was cocky, like I've done all this for you. How could you do this? And then it would turn into, I guess she would go to that other Gemini side and she'll be sad and despondent about it. And she'll go from sad and despondent about it to I dare the, righteous indignation. Okay. So that's where she's going. That's the reading that I did not get to do. Didn't get to put on camera. So I'll continue to read and tell us what we need to know about MTG. What's these secret plans? What is she doing? What is she up to? Give us a little insight into what is going on. Okay. She was speaking about that she was having threats to her children, which is very a bad thing. No one should have those threats. But if you lay down with dogs, then you get fleas. All right. And she laid down with the biggest dog, allegedly, that we have that's ever been in the White House. All right. And she got fleas. And now she know exactly what was happening to the people when she was against them. I am not a big fan of MTG. And I think that she is allegedly a racist. She has her nasty views on some folk. Okay. And she's sweet as pudding pop pie. to some folks. Okay, if you of a different persuasion, she is nice as could be to you. Okay, but then she'll get that different energy to somebody else. All right, let's see what's up with her and what's she doing. Let us know what's going on behind the scenes between her and Diaper Dan. Dozy Don, what's going on? Nine of Cups. At this moment, she's feeling, I guess she's on some kind of euphoric high. That's how I feel before I did the reading. Like euphoric high. That's what she's on right now. Now that she's riding high on the Clyde. I get a song sometime like, you know how I feel. I'm feeling good. That's how she is, like that, whatever. So this was this beautiful time that she had on the 60 minutes. But the 60 minutes lady wasn't letting her get away with it. And you could kind of see that fire in her that she's not all the way right. Okay. She is not no blessed in the moment woman of it, because the woman pulled out her character really fast. It was fast. Okay, so that's not true to who she is. Nice, sweet, pudding pie stuff. The lady, I don't know her name, she's older lady on the 60 minutes was asking her, well, wasn't you a part of that? Didn't you like all the vitriol? Didn't you love this was your shit? No, we're not going to talk about that because you've done it too. Old woman ain't doing nothing. She just, asking the question that need to be asked. But then she went in off like she used to be trying to go off on Jasmine Crockett. So her true character is not nice. Okay, she's not nice. All right, but she wants you to think that Southern hospitality. I'm a Southern girl myself, but don't cross me, don't mess with me, and I'll let you know that. But not her. She wants you to think that she is sweet pudding pie and Christian, and she is rolling in the blood of Jesus, and everything is great. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Let's see what we need to know about them. This is the Knight of Cups. Let me try to bring it down. I don't have a good camera. Sorry. All right, we got the Knight of Cups, which is bringing news, messages, emotional messages. Okay, things of the past. Okay, this, like I say, is things that she's going to continue to do. She's going to continue to bring that cup, and she's going to continue to try to emotionally emotionally manipulate folks. Okay, because she has a direction that she wants to bring people in with her. Okay, not on the Epstein files, but on other things. Anything else she says is politically motivated and connected, except for the Epstein files. There's something personal towards her. She's trying to manipulate people to follow her. She probably wants to be the new Charlie Work. We can't say his name. I say Charlie Work. She wants to lead some of those racist Bible thumping people through arenas, and she wants to fill up arenas. Wants to be some type of motivational speaker. Like she's going to say what is the best way to lead the government. All right, but what is her challenge? Let's bring it on down and show you her challenge. Her challenge is the past. This is the old Marjorie. She's trying to be brand new, but the past is coming up and sneaking up because she has not really did internal changing. Okay, she's done surface changing to appear like I am not the racist of the South. That's what she's trying to do here, but her past is following her. It happened, and she does not to me fully apologize sincerely for that past because it's not fully yet gone out of her. And when I click these decks, we got yes and maybe. This is a person that's in flux, which again goes back to that Gemini energy. Two, two, two. I just might not be a racist. I just might want to be. I might want to be peaceful, but I do like to fight. Yeah, so this is her and being unable to go and fully go all the way. She's really worried about her finances, even though she's got a finances and She's weighing things out in a financial manner because any choices that she make will dictate how her money's running and how her money's running up. Okay, because one thing about it, she still want her money. She can do good deeds with the Epstein files, but she still want all the money, and she want to gather up all the money and collect it, collect it, collect it, collect it. She does have a bit more moral standing than Dozy Dunn, because he wants the money and he don't care how he get it at all. Nothing. Hose bar, morals, laid on the floor, jumped on, stepped on, beat up, burnt. All right. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. So she got some caring. Okay, this woman does have some connection, because also in the reading that I didn't record, she was praying a lot and going into her prayer mode. So people can be religious and be racist at the same time. They don't know what to do, and they ain't made up their mind, because I guess we humans loaded into one thing at a time. So she is praying about the situation, or trying to get some answers from higher spirit about what she should do or where she should take the next step. All right, let's go. Above her is the eight of swords here. That's above her. This is being restricted in some way. She is restricted in some time frame as to what she wants to do. She really wants to come out and get real ignorant, y'all. But this is not the time, because I think she's waiting on that retirement where she really leave or something like that, and then she gonna start getting loose. She gonna start exposing a lot of stuff that those other senators are doing or saying. She's also speaking with those senators. Spirit is talking to me now. She's also speaking with those senators and those house people, and sometimes she's a little bit nasty, and she'll call them and say, well, you remember you said this about Trump and that, but now he's doing this to me. And she's trying to orchestrate them together and come up around her. Okay. Trump is going to be gone soon. She's mentioning this to different people in the house. This is all alleged information, but this is just a country psychic letting you know what's going on behind the scenes. So she's doing that. All right. And she's saying, like, you remember that. And if they don't come and get with her, some of those folks she's going to be trying to out publicly a little later on. But again, like I told you, she restricted in a way onto what she can do just right now, but she want to get loose. Okay. MTG want to get loose. All right. And she wants to, I guess, snitch. I can say snitch because she was a part of when you talk about snitching on people, you was a part of whatever they was a part of, okay, in their administration. Now, you can't snitch on somebody if you wasn't a part of whatever they was doing. That's not your thing. You just giving information to people. Her right here, she going the big snitch route, and she finna snitch on all of them. Remember that day you laughed at Trump when he said that? Remember, she was on 60 Minutes. She gave you a little itsy bitsy of it. But when she is less restricted, she is going to start talking, okay? And she's gonna first reach out to the senators and to the House members and stuff and say, well, hey, would you like to join me? Do you think you can join me at a later date? She trying to get she convening meetings, okay? And when she gets out, she's gonna be even more extreme with convening these meetings. But right now she's a little bit restricted. Let me put some on that restriction. Let's see. Whoa, this card flew out. She's trying to keep it G. She's trying to keep it angelic. That's what this card is saying. Oh, beautiful, innocent, kind, putting self before others, surrounded by angelic guides, a life which is divinely ordained to do God's work. That's what she restricted in. All right, but she gonna break out of Jesus prison or whatever she thinks she ain't, because she gonna eventually get real nasty and down and dirty. All right, let's see. But she weighing it right now because we got her in that confused state that Gemini sometimes are in. We got right here, maybe. Okay, this is maybe, and this is Scorpio. And Scorpio is passion, intensity, emotions. And these deals with three subjects. We got sex, money, and death. I might just say this, but I might just say this in a way and in a fashion where I'm saying it in an innuendo. All right. And we got things legacy, money, goods. Somebody might be talking about some finances. I was around when this happened and I just thought to myself, what could this be? What is this up here? Very in the window talking. Sorry about that. Some come up on the screen. Also, this is sexy smexy organs. Okay, somebody might be talking about some activities maybe that they had witnessed. And we got financial affairs, a partner. She may start speaking on some type of finances. Remember, this woman is not also speaking from her knowledge base of what was going on with Dozy Don. She is going to be talking to others, and she will be their mouthpiece, and they will in turn um, provide some type of allegiance towards her or going around her and protecting her when it's needed. Because there will be a time that she's needing to protect, because she'll be coming out and she's going to be saying some things. And I just clicked this over, and it's the Scorpio, and this is lawyers. Okay. Somebody feels like they're going to need a lawyer, because there are a lot of things in this administration where people are just suing people because they hate them, not suing them, well, bringing criminal charges against them for housing fraud and all of this stuff like that. So she's quite aware of that he may try to do something. I just heard something. Let me see. She's quite aware that he may try something, Dozy Don, in a legal field as well as in a physical plane. He might try something. So she always got a lawyer's on deck just in case he come up with some new idea that he can put it down on her. She's becoming dependable. Okay, this is taking a leadership role, making boss moves, a foundation with which to be set on. She's making her foundation when she's doing these connections with all of these people. She's making a connection and a foundation. When she is speaking about she doesn't want to do anything, she doesn't want to run for office, those are lies. Okay, lies, 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 lies that come out of her mouth and out of her ass. Okay, those are the lies. She is very concerned about home, and Scorpio as well. She's concerned about her family, and she could be taking them to go other places, live other places for a time. Dang. What is that? 3 o'clock. Man. So she could be trying to keep them secret. Let's see what's in the past. There are some funny things in the past. This card says funny. It says you find some people saying something funny and sarcastic. Them bitches make me laugh. I'm funny, you funny acting. And that is what is this is the challenge. The things that she said in the past. And they will always come back to haunt her. All right. You can never erase that. We got boundaries, and we got unalived and, unalive. All right. That's what they call it, talking about unalive and then boundaries. So I think this is going to tell me about this restriction here. For some point, there's a restriction that she's having, the things she cannot say for a minute, because these will become her undoing and her unaliving. No matter how careful one is, no matter how one has security, one can only say a thing. My mama told me something one day. It was about a particular situation. I won't mention what the situation was. But she was like, once you got your hand in the alligator mouth, you got to pull it out You got to kind of pull it out slowly. Like you just can't rip it out and get it out and expect that you to not have injuries. She has placed her hand inside of the alligator. Now she got to smooth it out, and it got to come out slow. Ask Jaden who that is, because tell Jaden answer the door. So she got to smooth her way out of this situation. This is not a situation she's going to have to, she can hurry up and get to it. Hold on. Sorry, yeah. At the bottom of the reading, which means things are which are always below. And I feel we got the Tower, 10 of Swords, 2 of Wands. Somebody's planning something. High Priestess not yet to be seen, okay? And it is the King of Swords. King of Swords is the Gemini sign. So that could either be her or that could be Dozy Don, because he's also a Gemini. Okay. And if I'm going to put it there and then I'm going to look at it a minute, somebody is planning to do some wicked shit here. Okay. Somebody's got a secret plan to go hop out and pop out. Yeah. Pop out and show. Yeah. So this is what this feel like. Somebody finna pop out and show somebody something. Okay. Yeah. Somebody finna open up the skull. And I don't know who it is because we got 2 Geminis at odds here. All right. So let me put some more colors on it. All right. Somebody ready to blow it up. Like not physically blow it up. Hope not. But this is just like I'm finna top the lid off this thing. Let's see. That's always underneath what she's doing, because this is always a step that she's willing to take. Right now, that restriction is holding her back. Let's see. A gift. Somebody's gonna. Jesus. False person. She'll have to be very careful here. Okay. She must be careful, because I feel like this is something that that someone wants to do towards her. And a minute ago, I got that unaliving card. Okay. So there's another Gemini that wants to unalive her. Okay. Put it how you want to put it. Okay. So, we all know who the Geminis is in this reading. We got Marjorie, and then we got Dozy Don. Okay. So there's a Gemini that wants to blow some shit up and blow the top up off of something, that wants to do something to somebody and for them not to see that it's coming. Now, the cards that I got underneath there was, I want to give you a gift. This is fatality. This is a false person. So there's a false person that wants to come towards her and give her the gift, and the gift of fatality. Okay. No one wants that as their gift. Okay. These are some gloomy thoughts here. Somebody got some gloomy thoughts here. All right. And I think that's her as well. She's having gloomy thoughts. I think that allegedly, it feels like to me that her, who's married to somebody, was threatened in a weird congenital way. Like, sure would be sad if your husband disappeared and he didn't come back. Maybe he went on vacation, like something like that. Something like that was said to her. So she always keeping that in mind, that this is a real and full probability. I feel like she'll be getting her family somewhere else, and I'm feeling like she'll take them out of the country when in time it that she is going to do the Knight of Cups and release this full emotional statement, because she gonna let loose. All right. Once them people in her life is in a safe predicament because they have been threatened by who, you know, they have been threatened allegedly. A threat has been laid down. Okay, because we asked to know what was going on behind the scenes. Okay, and if you watch on 60 Minutes, when she say, I declined to say what it was. Okay, so just according to the country psychic, this is what it was. Okay, this is what it is. She's going to try to get her family out of the country so that she can let loose. And I feel like she's the type of woman that will prove a point no matter what. Long as she don't get those that she love hurt, but you know, she's still gonna stand up for whatever it is, you know. And she's, even though I don't like the lady, she stand 10 toes down. That's what they say. So that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is wanting to do, is to stand 10 toes down, but she got to get them out the country. She got to get them out the way, and then she gonna let loose. She is partially some type of gangster. Okay, that's how I feel it when I'm reading her. She's partially some type of gangster. Not like gangster growing up in the hood stuff, because she ain't grew up in the hood, but there is an element to her that is like that. So yeah, she like that. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted by her. Okay, she is dangerous as well, allegedly. All right, dangerous to people who want to harm her, which is not real dangerous. Because I always say, stay safe, stay dangerous, stay blessed. Prison, theft, court officials. Like people are, she's afraid of prison, theft, unexpected money, people suing her for money, court officials. So she's definitely aware of what threats can happen to her. Not only can she be physically harmed, she can be financially harmed in some way. And people in her family can go to jail, to the prison, okay? If they may be into something or into some things that might not just be truly all out criminal, but something that someone could take you to jail for if they dig a little deeper into whatever it is that you're doing, companies, monies, and finances. So she's aware of that. Okay. Um, Taxes, stuff like that. She is very much aware of money coming from somewhere and not being able to know where that money came from or something like that. But not this big criminal empire, but you know, sometimes things people do behind the scenes. All right, let's see. In the past, what we got in the past? She was enamored by Donald Trump in the past. We have a high priestess. We have a soulmate, and he put her in a different dimension or somewhere. He was able to what did they call it? He was able to accept parts of her and parts of her view that she didn't know that people would write out, accept. You know, all of that racism and all of that, the MAGA movement was her shit, okay? And she was in La La Land. This was the past, and this is also Sagittarius. Adventure, independence, hope, changes, and attitude, beliefs. This was her reckoning. Her second coming of Christ had came up, and then she was just in awe of the second coming of Christ, Dozy Dawn. All right, so that's the past, though. She thought that she knew him in some form or way. I don't know who says that about those Dawn, but then she did. Okay, I guess this from her point of view. Like she knew him and the person underneath him, and she could feel like he could, quite frankly, bring about the political atmosphere that she wanted at that time. All right, let's see. Let's see. The environment, not the environment. Where's she coming from? Where she is coming from is justice and fairness, according to her. And this is her reading. She is trying to right the wrongs, which is the Ten of Wands that we have here. She's trying to bring something out of the shadows. All right. And this is something that she has put her time and effort into. Page of Pentacles. These are earthly concerns and earthly deeds. She didn't put in some of the work for it. She have started the work, and she's ready for justice to entail. All right. She feels like this, to me, feels like the nasty steam files. So that's where she's coming from, the point of justice. She's also coming for, there is a something that she wants to start. There's a lawsuit. There's something related to some type of I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a lawsuit that she wants to start. I don't know if it's to behalf of 16 people or it's something personal towards her and how she felt, or did someone discourage her name or something like that. Like it's some lawsuit that she wants to put forth too in due time. That's what she's approaching. She is keeping track of everything. All right. Is what I feel like. Paperwork, time she was there, she was keeping track of things. Like I say, she's kind of like a gangster type woman. So she keep up with what she did for you, what you did for her. So at a later date, then she can tell you about it. All right. Let's see. Environment. What's the environment? The environment she is in is the Seven of Wands. This woman is defending herself, and she better have plenty sticks, because this is person who's at the top that is on the original Rider Waite, and is fighting down several sticks and several people, fighting down media, fighting down your own constituents that don't like you anymore, fighting down some of your colleagues that don't like you anymore. Now you standing on the outside. You are on the outside. But then there is the Hierophant. She believes in the law. She believes in faith as well. Okay. So like I say, she's a kind of mixed up type woman, but I believe that her faith is genuine towards who she wants it to be towards. Okay. That's just what I'm saying. When it comes to certain people or certain persuasions, then her faith does not go towards them. But if it's certain people, and especially toward herself, she loves herself and makes sure that she is the center of everything. All right. Let's see. Nine of Cups. She's in the environment. Again, this is the one the first card we started off with. I had put it back in the deck, so it came up again. So right now she thinks she's sitting pretty. Everything is good. Everything's working out according to plan. She just got a little bit to go. All she got left is time. The time. Okay. Let's see the hopes and the fears. The hopes and the fears. Patience. Eight of Cups and walking away. So the fear is that one is walking away. One is have to give up something, because when you do temperance, you have to give, you have to take. So her fear is walking away, and also her hope is to walk away, but she wants to walk away and have Four of Wands, which is a celebration and a position. I feel like a position in somebody, in a body of government, a governorship, a senate, something like that. But she fears it as well, because again, this brings more attention towards her and her family. Okay, if she start running for stuff, then it's get real wicked. If Dozy Don is still around and not on the other side of the veil, so it could get real wicked trying to do this, which is be the fool, to start over, something new, reach for an olive branch. She does have more. She definitely has something else she wants to do and reach out for it, but she's afraid to reach out for it as well, because it comes with its own set of good things and it comes with its own set of bad things. All right, for this reading, what is the outcome? What is the outcome? What is the outcome for MTG? Green or brown, he called all kind of things. What's the outcome? I do wish her family safety. That is something that I would wish and hope and pray for her and her family and safety. But she definitely should take this moment to reflect on what you do to others, that it comes back to you, and sometimes worse. All right, so we all have to be cognizant of that, as well as myself. We have to be cognizant of what we're giving out, because it tends to smack us in the face. All right, let's see. The outcome is death, which is the ending of something and the beginning of something else. And we have those two cards together. We have the world and we have the death card. They both mean that something is ending, something is beginning. The world card is the combination, like this is what was supposed to be. This is why this has happened. That we're going to do this. This is going to take place, and it was meant to be. So there is an ending there. But behind the world and the ending and moving on, this feels like moving on to a different phase in life, not physically, hopefully, but it just feels to me like politically moving on to something else. And this is the movement card. This is the Chariot. Seeking higher office. This is a rocket going to the moon. Yep, going to the moon. Rocket going to the moon. Someone wants to go somewhere else and seek higher office, and also wants to make the moolah and the coins. This is the Knight of Pentacles. All right, this is a slow and steady card. So she'll feel like she'll get into a position and then try to work her way up. There are envisions of running for presidency, but right now she's seeking something lower than the presidency to kind of work herself up. So she is, and definitely seeking an office here. Let's see what the world is here. The world. And then this just popped over, this finances. Very much she is concerned about finances and collecting more money and more money and more money to pad up the lifestyle. All right. World. She feels like as she is transitioning, this is a cross here. This is having very difficulties going from whatever it is she's trying to go to this. So she's trying to get out of the house and do something, not her real house, the house, political house, and do something else. And she's finding it rather difficult. Okay, this won't be as easy as she thought it was. Remember that the challenge was her past, her words, the things she said. And is she genuinely apologetic or not? Can we see it? Can we hear it? Is she through with that part of her life? I'd say no. Okay, but hey, ending. Let's go with the death. Death. She's made a commitment that this is the end towards her and Dozidon. This is the end. The death, or could be the death of the Dozidon. And this is her commitment with the man. It's over. We got ring and the man. It is, the curtains have closed, and she has closed her eyes. You remember he was her great white hope, and now he is her dark hole. Message. She's gonna have a ending message for him. That is going to be this, when she's going to come out and say something. I don't know, with these two people at her side, two people that are either in the House and the Senate, and in the House. I don't know the compilation, but it feels like a House and then a Senate representative. This is her ending with the man, and she's going to have a rider, which is a message. Okay, energy, speed, news, message. And again, this card right here is a Gemini card, and Gemini is connected to Mercury. Mercury, the planet of communication, also a Virgo card. So we got somebody that's going to be communicating these things. She will not go quietly into the night, and she will go even noisier than 60 Minutes was tame to compare to what I see coming up. It's going to cause a lot of whip, which is conflict. And this person is going to be doing this. Sun. What does the sun do? It reveals truth. Marjorie Taylor, green brown trader, whatever they call her, will be exposing truth. Okay. And like old people say, a wrong clock is right twice a day. Not once, twice. In the nighttime, and in the morning. So this is her 2 times to be right, I guess, because she's not a good person according to me. But I'm just a country psychic and I don't know anything. But that is what's going on with Miss Marjorie. And as I always say, Marjorie should be very careful. Very, 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 very careful. If I could speak with her, I'd tell her to be very, very careful. The hounds do approach in the night. Give me that charger for the computer. It's about to go dead. All right. Now, let's check on this fisherman unaliver. The man that want to put, no, not that. That charger right there. In there. Computer charger. That don't charge. The man who likes to unalive fishermen. We're going to check on him and what's going on with that situation. The unaliving of the fisherman. I call him Pete God of War. God of War is a game, but he always calling himself whatever that new position. Yes, it is. Thank you. So we're going to check on Pete God of War. It's 323. I hope they don't come back early. Pete God of War. They're going to have, next week, they're going to have a short week. It's going to be good. Oh, look. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. All right, let's check on the fisherman, God of War, on a fisherman unalive, God of War. What is going on? Okay, let's try to first just get a gist of what was going on. I think they was fishermen. Well, what kind of question I want to ask? Let's see. Is this a crime? Is this a war crime? Them with that fisherman. Particularly, let's stick spirit to the one that happened in September. That one right there with them getting off the boat and turning around the boat. And I don't know. The boat was literally on fire, but this is just the first video. I guess I can wait to make an assumption about the second video. But when I saw the first video and I saw them on fire, and then they say that the people's shirts was off, I assumed that their shirts blew off. And I assumed that if they're in the middle of the ocean and they can kind of turn the boat over and survive a little bit longer until something come along and they can do something else. I assumed that was that. But they said that was them, because, all the local drug runners are Superman or Thanos or somebody, and they just flip over boats and keep going. Burnt up boats, hit by 2 missiles. We gonna continue to run. Oh, that's what they say. All right, so let's see. Is this a war crime? And I've asked myself this question and with my cards, and it says yes. But we'll go ahead and answer it again. First of all, is this a war crime that was committed? There's a commitment. There's a message. It's something about finances. There is conflict. There is something to be revealed. This is suffering. And it's some type of new beginning. Let's see. Then we got tree. We got families and connections. The family and connections of these folks who was unalived on this boat, they should begin to start talking and telling everybody, this is the person that I loved. We got heart there. This has been very difficult for me, which is a mountain. Without them by my side, tower. This is authority, solitude, loneliness, isolation, away from their loved ones. So I do think that the loved ones will begin to speak, even if they began to speak in their own language and they interpret it over here. You're going to hear more of those people on unaliving boat fishermen people. Families are going to be like, he was not a terrorist. He didn't have all the bombs he acquired. He wasn't heavily laden with all the pew, pew, pews, all of it, fishermen trying to get done. And even if they was a fisherman that was doing something else, they trying to get some money because their family probably doing bad financially over there in Venezuela. All right, they probably trying to eat and do something. But for as massive drug runners, there's no ma'am, no sir. And a lot of these people was fishermen. So this is just one case we're looking at, but a lot of these people were just everyday tail as fishermen. So let's see. We got a commitment by a man. A man and a woman made a commitment. Positive outcome. Take things slow, go steady. She may be sitting, but small but effective. The little boat. We actually got a little boat. We have somebody that is coordinating. It's a man and a woman for these boats. Let's see. Someone is trying to please someone and someone is betraying people. All right. So you got somebody that is pretending to be good friends that are giving them the location of these boats. Okay. I feel like it's another country. Pretending to be friends with the Venezuela people, but that's really not their friend. And they spying on them and trying to like spotting out boats that they could get or they supposed to or getting information here. And telling them to hurry up, take action, this, them, this, them, this, them. And somebody is knowing that this is not them and that this is not no kingpins. This is not no El Chapos in the water or nothing like that. There is some type of message about somebody needing protection. If these were drug runners and they were ready to, unalive all Americans, which Americans are unaliving themselves, I do need to stop the reading and address that. If people are passing out drugs, it's quite candidly that people are taking the drugs, okay? And they do have to have some form of responsibility for putting drugs inside of their mouth. And we tend to, oh, yes, they're drug dealers. They don't deserve to live. Yeah, you got to look at it from their perspective. You don't know what they facing in their life, okay? So as if I have to take into account what your loved one is facing when they're on drugs and why they got on drugs, because people got problems and they try to self-medicate and cope. All right, I understand that much, but you can't then and say there is a need for the drugs in America, because lots of people in America love drugs. They love them, they love them, they love them. And then somebody has to give them to them. There are people in the White House that are sniffing stuff off the desk. They love them too. So somebody's got to go and bring them the drugs as well. So we do have to take accountability for what we ingest as our person. Okay, they just providing the product. You're wanting the product and you don't want the product to stop. And that includes the government as well. All right. So I have a lot of different views on drug running, drug activity, who to blame, who they blaming, who they really not blaming, that they need to be blaming. But I guess that's beside the point. But also, I guess I'll make another. If he was really trying to help drug addicts, blowing up people in the middle of the Caribbean or wherever is not the way. Notice they are so concerned about the drugs. They're concerned. Okay, I use my air quotes, concerned. But you never see them make policy where they'll say, okay, we're going to get to me, if you were concerned about American people on drugs, you would get the way that you see Walmarts, the way that you see Walgreens, the way that you see McDonald's, you should have drug rehabs on corners just like that. Free, anybody to go in anytime they want to go in and do it and put your money towards that. They never do. Why? They seem to be so concerned about the drug addicts when they is somebody in the middle of the ocean or something like that, or they down at the border, but they're not concerned about the drug addicts that's already on it. Once you own it, you own it. Okay. And it's pretty difficult to get off. You can, and you will. Some people get off with God. Some people get off with just sheer will. Okay. That's fine. But they don't get them anything in the system. Like there's not Narcan. Like vending machines everywhere. There's nothing for you to help the people once they own the drugs. But you think blowing up people in that is going to help you. No, it's not going to help you because the need is still there. The need is still there for the drugs, and they're going to always find a way to fulfill the need. So if you're going to do it two-step tier. I help the drug addicts, but they don't do that because they're not concerned about the drug addicts. They're concerned about making sure that the real drugs move, the big shipment that they know about gonna move, and then they blow up a fisherman who got little pack right now. So yeah, but that's my opinion. I'm sorry I went all off. So these people were people that needed protecting. These people were Ace of Pentacles trying to make some money. I do not think that these was no kingpins, and even if they was drugs, these is just somebody people running a little pack, and and they definitely ain't running to America. That's not what I need. I feel like they needed protection from the law, from the people who were bombing them. So I think when we do see this tape, and I think my spirit is telling me that these people will look like they need help, y'all, because that's what this hat is. That's it's like put the little coal on to prevent the cold. Take care of those you love. Someone needs to be shielded. You're gonna see people begging for their life, and yes, maybe turning a boat over because they don't want to die in the middle of the ocean. Is they human and they have human life? Okay, So what you want them to do? Uh, I don't know. I don't get the world. I guess it ain't for me to get. 10 of Cups. This is about some finances, and this is about a group of people clicking up together. Like I say, it is a country, and they doing something. Finances, just putting on a show, showing a message. Queen of Wands, just trying to get a message out of there. I'm fiery. I'm this. I'm that. I'm doing this, and it's giving off real feminine energy when they are supposed to be so, I'm male and I'm strong and I go to war. It's giving off real female energy because it just seems that the government and the Hierophant is just talking shit, okay, and making shit up, just trying to be seen and make a message up. We got conflict. Conflict is the 2 of Cups, Knight of Wands. Communication. They were getting bad information, who these people were. And some of them knew they was getting bad information and they didn't really care. It was just all, long as it was going according to plan. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody knows that the information they were getting were conflicting. There is somebody within there. I don't know if it's the person that dropped the bomb or people that were within that discussion, but there is somebody that very, very well knows, and like the old people say, you know good enough. You go good enough. You've been in the army long enough. You've been in the government long enough. You know good nowhere this don't look right. Okay, you know good nowhere this is not El Chapo down there. You know this, but then they kept going with it and said nothing. All right, silence is affirmation. You have affirmed it with your silence, because this also has something to do with finances at the bottom of it. Somebody is reaping some type of financial benefit from this here situation. Somebody wanted to be seen as strength. We got the Sun. Why would you want to be seen as that? Because that's what my cards give me. You want to be have somebody under the illusion that you are strong and you can cause massive grief. This feels like the crazy god of war. And I felt, my spirit told me that there is something that is going to say that God of War was in this. You cannot be the head of something and then the decisions made and you had nothing to do with it. There is communication, whether it be on a signal gate or whether it be on a piece of paper or whether it be by word of mouth. He did something. He said something allegedly to put this thing here in play. And this is not anything that is, this reading is not going towards. This is something that usually happens. Oh, this is just your normal hitting up combatants. This seems like something that shouldn't have happened, especially with that weird conflict. It was a lot of confusion. So this is not just on the up and up. We got the cross next to the 7 of Cups. This is confusion. These are things are not how you think they are. This is people throwing in confusion to make something seem like it is. But again, it was like widespread that this shit wasn't right. Okay. I don't know if people were sitting in the same room. This shit ain't right. I can hear somebody in their head speaking that this shit ain't right. They literally spoke that. All right. allegedly. Things are not as what they seem. We put the high priestess with the seven of cups together. Something ain't going on behind what you say this is going on behind. And at this point, this is just my not my opinion, my spiritual opinion, I guess. Spiritual gang is telling me that after they was hit, they was like, did some type of mistake. And allegedly, according to me in spirit, they like, you need to go ahead and take them out so they won't be speaking about whatever this mistake was. That's what it is to me. They like took them out like a dishwash, like a dishwash. This is definitely to me, allegedly, a war crime. Okay. This is what they did. Knowing that the information they were getting was shaky at best. Three of Wands. This is something that somebody wanted to happen. We got a letter here. We got a Three of Wands, which is like looking in the future, setting things into motion after you've done the Two of Wands, which is the plan, and seeing it through. We got the Sun here and Magician. All right, so we got some major arcanas here coming together. The Sun and the Magician is getting it done, and getting it done no matter what. All right. And there was some type of communication as much as that, like get it done no matter how. Okay. These are some weird words and saying, I don't feel like these are going to be professional communications. They're going to be doing something weird like that signal gate or some other form of warped communication. So I don't know if it'll come out just yet, or we'll have to wait till a later date. Somebody is full of emotions when they're screaming out something, and the devil is around. We got Ace of Cups and emotions and mixed with the devil. You never want your emotions to be mixed with the devilment. All right. If you don't believe in the devil, just evil spirits or unkind spirits. All right. So unkind spirits and words being spoken emotionally. Ace of Cups, new words. The devil wanted something new done. This is something new. Someone is definitely calling these shots and calling these plays towards these fishermen that may have had one brick of something, but it was not in a fentanyl. Fentanyl is not coming from that area, and they lie on a daily basis about where the fentanyl is coming from. But you're going to have to deal with your drug addicts in America. You're going to have to find some way to deal with them and care for them. All right. And blowing up people in the boats is not helping anybody, because tomorrow somebody else will get them fentanyl. Okay. It's very sad when people die and they on fentanyl or whatever. But again, you have to have some way to help the person. So, blowing up that boat has never helped any fentanyl patients live. Never. All right. We got child, judgment, Three of Cups. There could have even been some type of person on this boat that was a child, which is very disgusting at best, allegedly. Every time I read on this, I get a real sense of sadness. And the sadness wouldn't be if these were hard criminal bangers and then we hit them, with a bomb or something. I don't know. But exactly, you still have to follow the rules of the war, whether you like what the person did or not, because we take people to jail and we prosecute people daily for just disgusting crimes. But they do get prosecuted, and they do get taken into jail, and they do get their punishment, whatever their punishment is. But you are inflicting the punishment right then and there just because they selling drugs is not making sense as well. You just can't assassinate people because you don't like their profession. So, you know what I'm saying? And this is not even terrorism. Terrorism was and is a different thing. That's different. But this is not what this is. A burning boat, two people flipping it over. Maybe they trying to live. And no one has said that. No one has said that I done seen on the news. I don't know what that is, and I don't know who that is. Eight of Cups. What did you say? Oh, I'm looking on my phone. Something come up. I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. We got the Queen of Swords and the Walking Away. I feel like this to me is telling me that the justice for this case, it's gonna take a little longer. And I hate that because I was talking to somebody and I said, asked them, you think this gonna get rectified? She was like, no, you got to wait. It's gonna have to wait until a new Congress comes in, a new this. And this is what the reading is telling me what I don't want to hear. We are going to have to wait for the judgment to be displaced in this. So these families are going to have to wait for justice for their loved ones that were unalived by the great United States of America. Sad. Very, very sad. But before when Donald Dozy Don got in the first time, I was doing cards too. And I always felt like I'd hear the administration or something, and I felt like war crimes. I heard that one time I was doing a reading. That was a long time ago when he first got in there. And now it's several years later that he would be declared unfit for office. Okay, that's what I heard. Ooh, when he first got in. So once he served his term, I was like, well, why did I hear that? And why did I? Things in due time happen. Everything that we predict or everything that we listen to, there's no spirit, there's no time in spirit. All right. Spirit don't have watches, Cartier watches, or none of that. So they just telling you, and the world keeps going, and the time keeps going and keep biding. Time keeps biding by. And hopefully this will be resolved in some way, because the United States of America needs to be held liable for war crimes if they commit it. Just because we are American citizens don't mean that we have to sit by and let anything happen, especially things, even if you're not that patriotic or whatever. You don't want your country being known as a dictatorship that just goes by and murders people in the ocean and don't follow the rules and don't follow the law. The thing about that is, when somebody encounters you, United States of America, they're not going to abide by those rules either. And once they don't abide by them, there's nothing you can say, because you were assassinating people in the middle of the Caribbean Ocean. All right. So that's being my reading from MTG and God of War, Petey. And he allegedly likes drugs as well. So I'm not seeing why he's blowing anybody up, because he like them too, allegedly. That's just what my spirit guide is telling me, and my spirit. He likes them too. And bald old people sniff things off their desks, and they like them. So the American people are not alone. Our loving lawmakers are also sniffing things off of the desk, allegedly. All right. So that was my reading. Thank you. My name is Shan, the baby. Thank you. Like and share. If you come across and you like my style of reading, it's a little bit rough because I don't have a filter. I'm a Virgo. I just like to say things how they are. All right. And then just like, share, comment. All right. And because I will definitely appreciate it. And if you've watched my video from the beginning to the end, I do appreciate that as well. And stay dangerous, stay safe, and stay close to God. Do them all. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.